terrible danger.
Help me, Isabel.
What if the scariest thing wasn't something hiding in the dark, but the feeling that you don't belong in your own life? I Saw the TV Glow, 2024, is a surreal psychological horror about obsession, identity, and the terrifying moment when reality stops fitting who you are.
I'd got out of that town. That place I knew would kill me if I stayed. But something was still wrong.
It's not a monster story. It's not a ghost story. It's a story about a boy who wakes up one day and realizes he's been living someone else's life.
I remember playing in the snow, driving to baseball games with my dad.
And the glowing TV screen was the only place he ever felt real. This is I Saw the TV Glow, explained. Our story begins with Owen, a quiet, painfully shy boy who never really feels at home in his own skin. Everything about his life feels slightly wrong. School overwhelms him. His father is strict and emotionally distant. His mother is physically present but emotionally absent. And Owen drifts through the world like someone who's watching their own life from the outside. One night, while sitting alone in a dim gym during a school event, he meets Maddy, an older girl who seems strange, intense, and out of place in the same way he is. Maddy introduces him to a TV show she's obsessed with, the Pink Opaque, a mysterious, neon-lit supernatural series about two girls fighting a shadowy creature called Mr. Melancholy. For Maddy, the show is everything. For Owen, it becomes the doorway to a life he didn't know he needed. Owen watches the Pink Opaque for the first time in secret, TV volume barely audible, face inches from the screen, and something inside him clicks. The colors, the glowing lights, the emotions. He doesn't just like the show, he feels seen by it. When he talks about the characters, something opens in him, as if he's finally speaking the language of his own heart. He and Maddy begin meeting late at night to watch episodes together. And the more he watches, the more Owen feels the show bleeding into his real life. The villains seem familiar, the worlds blend. The emotions feel too big for the small life he's living. The Pink Opaque becomes his refuge and his addiction. Maddy becomes more and more desperate as time goes on. She tells Owen that her father is abusive, that she doesn't feel safe at home, that she feels like a ghost in her own body. Finally, one night, she tells him something terrifying. "I'm leaving this world, and you're supposed to come too." Owen has no idea what she means. She explains that the Pink Opaque isn't just a show, it's a message, a map, and she believes the world on the screen is the real one, the world she belongs to. A world Owen might belong to as well. Owen wants to follow her. He wants to leave his suffocating life behind. But fear holds him back, and fear becomes the fork in the road that changes everything. One night, Maddy runs away from home. She tries to convince Owen to come with her, begging him, pleading with him, telling him this is the only chance they have to escape the world that doesn't fit them. Owen freezes. He can't move, and Maddy leaves without him. The next day, she's gone, vanished. She leaves behind a burned-out TV, melted tapes, and a life that feels like a cut-off signal. Owen goes back to school, back to silence, back to his parents, back to a body that feels like a costume. Years pass, but Owen never really moves on. He just gets older, growing into a man who feels smaller than the boy he used to be. Adult Owen works a dull, meaningless job at a bowling alley arcade. His face is always tired. His voice is barely above a whisper. His body language screams discomfort, like he's wearing life like an oversized coat. Everything about him feels unfinished, unresolved. He doesn't watch TV anymore. He doesn't dream anymore. He doesn't feel alive anymore. He chose the safe path, and it swallowed him whole. And then one night, years after she vanished, Maddy returns, but she's not the same. She's pale, trembling, terrified. She tells Owen she made a mistake. The world she escaped to wasn't what she thought. It hurt her. It changed her. And now she's being hunted. By what? she won't say, but she begs him again. "You don't belong here. Follow me before it's too late." Owen follows Maddy deep into the woods behind their old school. The sky glows with strange lights, the same pink and purple hues from the Pink Opaque. The trees vibrate with an otherworldly hum. Maddy tells Owen that the show was a reflection of another world, one they both felt trapped inside of. But she crossed over, and crossing back broke her. She tells Owen he must choose: stay in a world where he feels invisible, or leap into the unknown. Owen finally sees the truth in her voice. She's not lying. She's dying from a world that doesn't want her, and she's terrified that Owen will die from a world that doesn't fit him either. Then, Maddy collapses in front of him. Her body flickers under the strange light like a TV losing signal, and she disappears. Owen returns home, shaken, confused, broken. He sits in front of the TV dash, the one object that ever felt like truth, and turns it on. Static, white noise. The glow fills his face with pink and blue light. As the hum grows louder, Owen begins speaking, for the first time with honesty. "This isn't my life. This was never my life." The screen pulses, and Owen changes. His skin glows, his voice shakes. His body warps as if something inside him is emerging, or finally being allowed to exist. And then he screams, a scream so primal, so painful, so raw. It feels like he's releasing the life he forced himself to live. He walks outside, trembling, half transformed. Neighbors stare, but Owen doesn't see them. He walks toward the glowing woods, toward the world he always belonged to. The screen fades to black, leaving us with one truth. Owen wasn't running away from reality. He was running toward himself. I saw the TV glow as a psychological horror about identity, gender, and the pain of living a life that doesn't belong to you. Nothing is literal. The monsters, the woods, the TV show, the glowing lights, they're metaphors for dysphoria, repression, self-erasure, escapism, the desperate search for authenticity. Maddy is the person who breaks free. Owen is the person who stays behind and pays the emotional price for it. His final transformation is not death, it's awakening. Broken, painful, terrifying, but real. The film's horror isn't about monsters. It's about the terror of being trapped in the wrong version of yourself, and the glow of a TV screen offering the only glimpse of the person you could become. I Saw the TV Glow, 2024, is one of the most haunting films of the year, not because of what it shows, but because of what it understands. That choosing yourself is the scariest choice of all. Thanks for watching The Pulse Movie. Subscribe for more psychological thrillers, surreal breakdowns, and emotional deep dives, explained one heartbeat at a time.